Okay, so here's the situation. One of my headlights went out. I thought it was the bulb, so I took everything apart, replaced the bulb, and it's not the bulb. So now I'm thinking it's the ballast, but from what I'm told, it's a pain in the butt to replace the ballast. In fact, the dealership's telling me, you know, it's going to be anywhere from $600 to $1,100 to change out the ballast of a headlight. Ridiculous. So let's check it out. Alright, so this is the headlight in question right here. You can see there's some condensation in there, which is what probably burned everything out, but that headlight assembly is expensive. I mean, we're looking at like $675 just for the headlight, and I'm not doing that. So what I plan on doing is trying to take the headlight out. Looks like I got a screw here, here. Probably have to take this shroud off. It's held on by little clips. Looks like 9 of them. I was told there's a bolt behind this bumper, and that's why the dealership is saying you gotta completely drop the bumper out just to remove a stupid headlight. You know, great engineering. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to remove this bolt, these clips. Looks like there's another bolt down there. I'll remove this shroud and see if I can get behind here to loosen up whatever bolt I need to without dropping the whole assembly, but we'll see. Okay, it looks like they take 6mm sockets. Okay, yep, I see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera, it's probably too dark. There's a bolt right up in the corner. I think I can get it without having to drop the bumper. We'll see. I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty dark. I'll get a flashlight, maybe that'll help. You guys see that? It's right there. That little bolt right there. See if I can get that. It's right about here. So I'm gonna see if I can reach up in there and get that loose. Okay, I think I was able to loosen that bolt behind the fender enough. Now I'm gonna start removing the top bolts and clips that I can get to. Looks like there's one here. It's a 10mm. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the one behind the bumper was a 10mm also. Okay, the headlight's loose, but I'm gonna need to make a little more room to wiggle it out of here, and I think for that I'm gonna need to take this shroud off and then work from there. We'll see. So these little clips come right off with a screwdriver. There's a, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a groove right here. Slide a flathead screwdriver in there, and then you can pry up this top part. Once the top part's out, you can remove the bottom part. So I'm just going to work my way around. Like I said, there's 9 of these things. Okay, I think that's all of them. Let's see. This should just pop right off. All right, so got the radiator shroud off. Removed the headlight bolt, front and the top. I think what I need to do now is maybe I'm going to take these out, and maybe that'll allow me to pull this grill out enough to where I can finagle that headlight out. We'll see. Okay. The whole not dropping the bumper didn't work. So I could not get that headlight out of there without dropping the bumper a little bit. Now, I didn't have to take the bumper all the way off, but what I ended up doing was the bumper's got 2 bolts going up this way, one right here, one right here. So I got behind the flap. I was able to reach the 2 bolts, loosen them up, took them out, and then that gave me enough. You can see I can move the bumper just a little bit, but that's really all you need to do. I just needed a little more wiggle room to get this headlight out, and let me tell you, it was not easy, but at least I didn't have to drop the bumper. So I'm going to take the ballast out, which is it's located on the bottom of this headlight. So once I pull the headlight out, I can remove the ballast and switch it out and then put everything back together, and we'll see how that goes. See if I can do this with one hand. Alright, so this is the bottom of the headlight. That's the piece I need to remove right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright. Basically just disconnected that wiring harness right there, and that let me get the headlight out. So now I can replace the ballast. To where you can see it. Oops. Yep. So this was a problem, guys. This is my old ballast, and you can see in the plug, see all that water that was in there? So I'm gonna replace it with a new one. Boy, putting that back in, not easy. So, yeah. Okay guys, I'm done with the job. By far the hardest part of the whole process was getting that headlight in and out. Like removing all the pieces and the hidden bolts and fasteners, that wasn't bad at all, but I mean, as you can see, right, both sides are working now. This is the one that I worked on, of course, and man, I'm telling you, it was a pain to get that headlight in and out of there. It's like a puzzle, but you know, compared to what the dealer will charge, it's definitely worth it. I mean, at least it was to me. You know, I called the dealership and they wanted, you know, in excess of, you know, $400 to $500 just to replace the bulb, if it was the bulb. You know, to do the bulb and the ballast, you know, they quoted me upwards of $1175. $1175 to fix a headlight. You know, it's ridiculous. But you know, if you've got the time and the patience, you know, you can do it. You know, hopefully my video helped you out if you have headlight trouble. You know, I think the whole job from beginning to end took me around 2.5 hours, but you know, versus spending $11.75, definitely worth it. So if you have that problem, try it yourself. You can do it. See ya.